My name is Steve Cara. I want to thank you all for coming out here today. For those of you who weren't here earlier, it's been a lot of fun. We just got back from that 5K march. Thank you for those of you who went on that walk. And I want to share with you all something critically important that we can be doing here in our state right now. Because we all know these executive orders from Governor Whitmer have been unconstitutional. Back on April 30th, I was looking at the situation in the state, and I was like, you know what? This Public Act 390 from 1976, the legislature doesn't continue and say, hey, she can press forward, she's going to have a huge problem moving forward because there's a 28-day window. But what did she try to do? She used that public act that said she had no longer than 28 days, and she thought she could just terminate it and reissue a new executive order in a state of emergency on the exact same topic. So what's the point of that 28 days? That's ridiculous. She clearly can't do that. And she still tried. And we've been subject to that, and we've had destruction around our state because she's done it and she's gotten away with it. And it's unacceptable. So I want to thank you all for coming out here. The other thing that she's done is she's got that Public Act from 1945 that does not have a 28-day disclaimer in it, but it does have one thing. It says her rules and orders are not limited to the things that are listed, but that they have to be, quote, reasonable. So that's up to the courts to determine and interpret, because they're the ones who interpret the law. When she's taking away the legislative process, the courts are supposed to be there to say, is it reasonable to tell healthy people that they cannot go and get their hair cut or go to a gym where there's a consenting adult there who they want to do business and have you come to their gym or get their hair cut, but they can't do it even though they're consenting adults? That's not freedom. That's not the American dream. That's not everything that our country was founded on. The courts are duty bound to say that this is not reasonable, and they've said it in other states. We need to hear it loud and clear from our Supreme Court. But thank you all for making this stand today. We need to make sure that this never happens again. Kevin's going to share with you a very important opportunity that we have here in our state today. Kevin Skinner is one of the co-founders of Michiganders Against Excessive Quarantine. Him and Garrett Soldano, for those of you who don't know who Kevin is. And there was Stand Up Michigan, the movement. He's been an integral part in this movement in the state. So I'm going to turn it over to Kevin, and he's going to share with you all kinds of important stuff that we're going to be doing. Kevin, thank you for coming down here today.
All right, everybody. So what I'm going to do is take a minute to educate everybody on what it is, what power do we really have as the people. So what are we doing with this petition? Well, the first thing we all recognize is that we, the people, are the real authority in this state. It is not the governor. It is not one branch of government. It is we, the people. And so what we're proposing here, I want to be very clear with everybody. We are not proposing with this petition that we're circulating today is not to recall the governor. That is short-sighted. That will not solve this problem that we've experienced. This is not a repeal of one law. This is an amendment to our state constitution. This is a big deal, guys. This is something that hasn't happened in decades. It's something that is necessary. And so when you go to restorefreedommi.com, you can read the entire proposed amendments. What we need to do is we need to get 550,000 signatures by June 30th. It's a big task, everybody, but we can do it. I believe the Lord is on our side. I believe He's with us. I believe that the people of Michigan are motivated. So anyway, let's get right into what does this do. So instead of working on a law, instead of going after a sub-law, we're going straight to the top. So I want to hear somebody in the crowd yell it out. What is the supreme law of the land? The Constitution. It's the U.S. Constitution first, but then the states have their own constitutions also that must align with the U.S. Constitution. And so we are working with attorney Catherine Henry, and I'm sure a lot of you know her name. Her name's been going all around the state. She's a very, very intelligent, very bright attorney, and she works on a lot of constitutional law stuff. So her and a team of attorneys and citizens have drafted amendments to Article 1, Article 3, Article 4, 5, and 6 of our state constitution. And we are going to shore this up, guys. We're going to make sure, 2 words, never again. That's the slogan here, is never again. So instead of repealing a law, we're going to go straight to the top and amend our state constitution. Our state constitution being the supreme law of Michigan, this is going to put all of this stuff in check. So all of those laws, all of those things that we know aren't right, instead of trying to attack those one by one, if we fix our constitution, if we clarify this, if we put these powers in check, this will make a lot of those laws unconstitutional, and therefore by default, guess what it'll do? Void them. I hope you guys understand how big it will void those laws. Okay? So here's Article 1, Section 17 of the state constitution. I'm going to read this. And when you guys go to read this on your own, because I highly recommend that every one of you read these proposed amendments. Article 1, Section 17. When you look at it, anything that's left in lowercase lettering, it means it was already in our Constitution. If it's stricken with one line, it means we're taking it out. And if it's in bold capital letters, it means that we are adding this to the state constitution. Now, here's the key. Who can amend our state constitution? Somebody answer that for me. The people. This is the brilliant thing of this, guys. Only the people of Michigan, only the people can amend our state constitution, because this is our instruction manual to our government. The Constitution tells our government, here is the authority that we the people give you. This is what you're allowed to do, this is what your power is and your authority, and this is what you're not allowed to do. Only the people can amend this. The governor can't amend the Constitution. Legislature can't amend the Constitution. Judicial branch can't. Only the people. And we have to do it through a process like this. There has to be a petition. We have to get enough signatures, and it has to go on the ballot, and the people have to vote yes on it. And so here is the one that got me on board. And there's much more in here. I'm going to go over a couple things, but this very first thing, I want to hear everybody cheering after I read this, because this is huge, guys. Listen to this. Article 1, Section 17. Article 1 covers the Declaration of Rights of Michigan citizens. Section 17. No person shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, property, without due process of law. When the government is the requesting party, such process shall include the requesting party to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the person had deprived or imminently threatens to deprive another of life, liberty, or property. Here's where it gets good. Listen to this. Times of emergency, disaster, war, public health crisis, pandemic, or any other extraordinary circumstance do not create a justification for depriving individuals or the general public of their constitutional or statutory rights, or for modifying the procedures guaranteed under state or federal constitutions or law. Therefore, the right to fair and just treatment in the course of legislative and executive investigations and hearings shall not be infringed. So, did you guys catch the key word in there? So what if this goes through, what situation that we recently have gone through will not give them a reason to deprive us of our life? Pandemic. There you go. It was added right here, guys. So this is making it very clear to our government that you don't get to use a pandemic to strip us of our rights. You don't get to use that ever again. You can't even try for it. If you try it, you're unconstitutional. And so, you know what they did? I'm a business owner in GR. I have a firm, my wife and I, that's my wife and my dog right there, Oz, and my wife Kayla. We have a furniture business in GR. They deprived me of my property for 2 months. Now, you guys, if you were following our Facebook group, you know I never obeyed tyrannical orders. I didn't obey this from the beginning, but they attempted to deprive me of my property by telling me that I cannot go down to my business and sell the property that I own to someone else. They deprived me of my life, telling me that I don't have the freedom to travel. I don't have the freedom to go visit my family. I don't have the freedom to move about freely. That's a big problem to me, and I hope it's a big problem to all you guys too, because that is tyranny. That is tyranny, straight up. There's no way to say it any lighter than that. It's tyranny. They cannot do that. So this is only one of the amendments, guys. You really got to dig into this. Look at what we're doing with the legislative, judicial, executive branch. We are amending so much. This is cleaning up all the messes. And so that very first one, though, I was hoping you guys would get that they can't use an emergency or a pandemic to ever again deprive us of our life, liberty, or property. So quickly, I want to tell you what we're doing with the 3 branches. So over the years, over the decades, what has happened is our government elected officials have set up all sorts of committees and councils and boards, and what's happened is they have delegated and appointed people that are not elected to have power and authority that it directly affects our rights. People that can hold us down, people that can affect us. And so guess what? The legislative council's going away. If this passes, legislators will have to write the law. They will have to do their jobs. They can't have appointed lawyers write laws for them. They can't sit back with their feet on a desk and sit there anymore. And you know what? This directly affects Steve. And where's Darren? Is he still out here? There's Darren in the back. These 2 guys are, these guys, I know Elena's running for federal Congress. She's in the back there too, but Steve and Darren are going to be directly affected by this, everybody, because when that legislative council goes away, that means Steve and Darren, when they go to work in Lansing, they got to work. It's not going to be an easy job for them. They're not going to get to sit there and have lawyers that write bills for them. They will have to do it, which means our elected representatives are going to have to get to work. And that's just what we're doing in the legislative branch. In the executive branch, guess what? No more bureaucracy. No more appointing people and using agencies, just like, guess what? You guys all know what happened to Carl Mankey. He just got a ruling 7-0 that they told the Supreme Court said, yeah. Supreme Court said, no, this is going back down to the appellate court, but here's our stance on this. And if it gets to us, basically, they're going to rule in favor of him 7-0 again. But they ruled in favor, basically, by writing that opinion and pushing it back down. But anyway, what happened with the executive branch is the governor, because she couldn't get her way, she tried to use one of the agencies, one of the appointees within the executive branch to strip Carl of his rights. Guess what? Never again, if this passes, that stuff's going away. Guess what? Judicial branch appointing all these committees and all that. No, judges rule. Judges need to decide if this case, if this battle, if whatever is going on in the court system is abiding by the law. So we are completely holding all 3 of our branches of government accountable. We're creating transparency in there, and I'm telling you guys, you got to read the amendments. The more you read, you are going to get on fire for this. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, oh wow. You're going to love what you read, okay? And it's a lot. So it starts on the back of the signature page, and then there's literally two more whole pages. Back of the signature page plus 2 more whole pages of info for you to read on the proposed amendments. And so what I'm asking all of you guys to do, I want you to get involved. We the people got to do this, guys. We are in a time crunch. We have until June 30th to not only collect the signatures, but get them back to the home base in Hudsonville, which is up in the GR area. We got to get 550,000 signatures on these petition pages and back to Hudsonville so that we can get this on the ballot to vote on it this November. And so I'm asking all of you guys, you guys that already know me from watching the videos in Michiganders Against Excessive Quarantine, you know that I'm 100% trying to do the right thing for the people of Michigan. There's no agenda other than we need our liberty. I want to take trips to Yellowstone with my wife again. I want to run my business. I want to sit there and be able to be a free American. And if you guys want this, get involved, please. Don't just sign. I'm asking you not only to sign the petition today, and if everybody looks back there, there's a table. We've got Melissa and Kim at the table now. Wave, Melissa and Kim, wave real quick. So anybody that hasn't signed, you need to sign at that table, and then if you are willing to get involved, you need to sign up and be trained today to be a circulator. We've got several captains here. Where are my captains that are still here? There's Lori, see her with the red shirt and the hat. She will train you to be a circulator. We've got Tammy, and we've got Kim at the table back there. We got 3 captains. So what we need, guys, there's 2 jobs we need you to fill. First, we need you guys to become a circulator. A circulator gets a training, and then you get to leave with a stack of petitions to get your family and friends and people you know to sign. We got to turn you into 500 more signatures, or 90 more signatures, or 10 more signatures. You've got to turn your signature into more. And believe me, guys, this isn't just an effort from Grand Rapids. This petition drive took off on Sunday. It is already up in the UP, it's in the east side, it's all over the state now. It has literally made it all around the state already. And so, but we have to push hard. So I'm asking you guys, every one of you, to sign, and then I'm also asking you to become a circulator. Let them know when you're at the table that you're willing to step up and be a circulator, and you're willing to help get signatures, and you will be assigned a captain who will help lead you. You will report to your captain. They'll help get pages to you. They'll help collect them back from you so you can focus on getting signatures. And then it'll be your job to go out, find businesses that want to have the petition there for people to sign for their customers. It'll be your job to go and attend events like this, like Melissa and everybody's doing today, where they're here collecting signatures. So I'm asking you guys, I'm telling you, I'm pleading with you people, we the people got to do something here. This is our chance. We need you to get involved, every one of you. If your level of commitment is only that you can take 2 pages, you can get your family and closest friends 18 signatures for us. If that's all you can do, excellent. We need it. If you can get full-time involved because you're not working right now or something's going on and you got time, then we need you as a full-time circulator. And if you want to be a leader, we need captains in every county. Captains work directly with me. They manage teams of circulators. They direct the circulators. They help the circulators. They're basically there for the circulators. So the captains are the ones that are the leaders, making everything come together. They're making sure we get our signature pages back to Hudsonville, and they're taking care of their circulators. We need them in every county, and I want multiple ones in the bigger counties. So you guys that are sitting here now that have liked what you've heard about these amendments, and you're like, you know what, this is important. I'll tell you personally, my wife and I have shut our business down this month. We didn't shut down for the tyrannical EOs. We didn't shut down for the tyranny of the governor when she said this virus means you need to stay home. We shut down for we the people. We're not working this entire month. Our business is a signature hub, a distribution point, and we are working full time on this petition. That's what we're doing. We're devoting our entire life to this month. And I know not everybody can do that, but I want you to know I'm committed. I'm not the kind of guy that says, you do something and I'm not going to do it. I'm leading from the front, guys, and I'm telling you right now, I'm devoting my whole life to this. So if you want to get involved, you will not be left out to hang. You will not be left out to hanging out to dry. You will be taken care of. You will have instruction. You will have a captain. You will be part of a highly organized system. And this devotion for this month that you give us, you're giving it to we the people. You're giving it to your state. You're giving it for your grandkids and your children. And so I'm asking you, can you push back a vacation? Can you cancel an event? Can you do something? Can you host a signature party at your house to get your family and friends there so we can have a circulator come? Can you be a circulator? Can you go and sit in front of a post office and collect signatures? Can you do that? That is my plea to you guys. I want you to get involved. We the people need you. You will be part of something historic. It may be one of the biggest things you've ever done in your life. It may be one of the biggest things to ever be involved in, is amending the state constitution of Michigan, because once we do this, other states are going to follow. Just like when we started the movement here, other states followed. There's Wisconsin,
I don't know what they call them there, Wisconsinians, or I've seen it popping up in every state. There's Alaskans against excessive quarantine. There's Minnesotans against excessive quarantine. Our movement has spread to other states, and these amendments will start happening in other states too. So I again plead with you, go to the table, sign the petition at minimum, and get with Lori or Kim or Tammy, and please become a circulator. Even if you can only get your friends and family, that's good enough, guys. That's a good level of commitment. You can decide what you're going to commit, but please get involved. We the people need this. This is the biggest thing that we can work on right now, not recalling the governor. That will only trigger a special election. The governor can run again in a special election. That's not going to solve the problem. This is never again. Okay, so everybody sign it. Sign up to be a circulator. You will be trained right on the spot today, and you can get to work immediately. So that is it, guys. I hope you guys get involved. I appreciate everybody for coming out today. I love meeting all you guys. If I haven't got the chance to meet you yet, come up and talk to me. I want to get to know you. So I think that's it, Steve. You guys get to the table, sign it, become a circulator, guys, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. That's it for our speeches up here. Thank you. Give it up to Kevin. So what I would like to see, as Kevin was just talking about becoming circulators, is I would like to see a group with all the captains, if they can, at the same time. Let's get a big group of people signing up to be circulators. So if we can get that set up, let's do that right now. Any of you who can do it, let's go ahead and get that started. Thank you for coming out.
Hey guys, so the captains, once again, captains, raise your hands. You guys see the captains there. Lori's going to be at the table over there by the shade. We've got Kim over here with Melissa under the tent. We've got Tammy right here in the grass. So guys, if you want to be a circulator, get with one of those three captains. Let's get a big group. Let's get multiple group trainings going. Everybody get a training and be a circulator.